The main thing a person wants once he or she is in a sexual harassment case is to obtain justice and to make it clear to everyone that I'm only in court in sexual harassment case because I want to claim what's rightfully mine. I want to punish who deserve whoever deserves to be rightfully punished. And the last thing they want is for people to say things that aren't true, it's for people to make slander, and for people to make assumptions and logical conclusions that have no grain of truth in them. To set up, very simply, side of opposition has a trade-off to make. We believe that privacy is not worth it. We believe that privacy is worth to be traded off with in order to get full closure, in order to get justice, and it is only attainable, at least more attainable, on side of opposition where there is media coverage. Two argumentations. The first being that media coverage enables the general public to have an objective view of what happens. This is important because we ensure that the information disseminated amongst the public, that is circulated amongst the public, is nothing but the truth. And the side of our is nothing but the truth. Two premises. The first being that sexual harassment cases usually garner mass public media attention, especially in recent times where the public and the media has a lot of resources and allocations to help popularize all these things. It's what the media does at the end of the day. So second premise of it is that media coverage leaves no. We believe that when media coverage actually goes inside courts, as opposed to actually just making random press conferences or just like random press conferences or just like asking people what they think. All these things we believe make no room for assumption and speculation because people see with their own eyes what the judges say, what the evidence and the evidence has having brought, the arguments made by both sides. So the impact here is very simple. And I believe that no false news will be articulated because there is a reference point. Because whenever someone makes an assumption, whenever someone makes a logical conclusion, people will automatically go, look at this video, look at this footage. This is what they say, not what you said. What they say is specifically this, and it is on tape, on camera. You cannot like fabricate that because it is something that has been recorded. Second argument, however, is that the full closure is granted towards the innocent party. Now, this argument is especially important. This argument is especially important because when a person is involved in sexual harassment cases, the most important thing is to get actually full closure. And closure looks in a form of people not doubting your reputation, people not tainting you as a sexual predator, for example, and people not slandering you and pushing for things that are necessarily true. So the premise here is number one: involvement in sexual harassment cases deeply affect individuals in the sense that they are disowned by their families, disowned by their loved ones. They are being denied to go to work. They are being denied occupations and jobs because people have like stigma towards them. People think that this person might be someone who is not necessarily morally correct. This person might be someone who is a sexual predator, for example, and all of these things actually reduce quality of life and make this person being treated not as a proper human being. Secondly, that closure does not happen in a full scale usually, because whether you like it or not, what usually happens in today's world is that people will actually find out. The cat will eventually get out of the bag, and people will know that this person is involved in a sexual harassment case, whether or not the media covers this or not, because it's something that is very widespread. Right now, now what happens here, and the impact here is number one, people actually get a chance at redemption. Because notice that in a sexual harassment case, you can either be proven that you are truly a victim, or you as the so-called predator was a victim all along, right? So you get a chance at redemption in the sense that people actually know for a fact, on footage, on camera, the verdict that was done in favor of you. People agree. People can unanimously say that I heard the same thing and I saw the same evidences. So you get a chance at redemption. People actually offer you jobs. People actually do not disown you. And secondly, there's unanimous agreement in a sense that you will not have like selective opportunities like what happens inside opposition. Inside opposition is defendable, but people selectively, it's like a flip of a coin. Whether people believe you are truly guilty or people believe that there might be a sliver of doubt, corruption here and there, all of these things. So what will happen here is we have a unanimous agreement where people unanimously agree that you are truly guilty, and the person who's actually you are truly innocent, and the person who is actually guilty will obviously be obviously be objectively guilty, and they get the things that they deserve. They are denied of their jobs, all these things that they wholeheartedly deserve. So the weighing here is twofold. Number one, yeah, we believe that the the first argument caters towards the idea of how things circulate around the public. We believe that this is important, especially in consideration and in comparison to the government, who tries to paint a picture how privacy is this also important thing, and it oversees everything that the public thinks. Because notice, even if you have privacy, people will still talk about you and gossip about you. Your family members and people around you will still know. In order for you to give them the wholehearted truth that they will believe, do not take that they will believe. You have to give them video evidence, and the video evidence can only come when media coverage intervenes. Secondly, is that we claim to you that we get full closure, and by doing this our argument actually weighs down massively because we fulfill the objective of this criminal justice system in and of itself, because the criminal justice system is mainly to like punish the people who truly deserve to be punished, and to actually give full closure and full compensation to people who are truly guilty and truly innocent, and people who truly deserve to all get all these compensations. Only when people actually agree that this person is guilty, yes, this person is innocent, yes, only on that case the full extent of justice will actually happen. Before I end, I have two rebuttals. The first being in the sense of insecurities. In the form of insecurities will happen. Number one, it's not what media shows. People don't only media doesn't actually shame these people, and it's not what victims are concerned. Victims are not necessarily portrayed in bad light when they are like exposed in media coverage. People don't show their flaws. People show what happens in court. And secondly, in the point of spreading fake news, you believe fake news happens more on your side because people are more susceptible to assumption and conclusions on your side compared to on our side, where we debate and we observe based on things that we can all agree and all see with our own eyes. Thank you.